back, everyone, to this portion of our Turning Red review. This is our spoiler-included discussion of the things that happened. It will probably be mostly me talking. I am sorry if that is an issue. As I said in the last video, if you check that out, the demographic is preteens to teenagers, specifically females, as the main characters are all females. Going off of some of the complaints I heard already, I don't really think it stole from anime. I think it's just going off of the cutesy girl.
Yeah, it seemed more like it was going off the anime sort of art style in the more 3D realized aspect.
I think anime style is...
Well, I mean, like with the facial expressions in some areas.
I don't even really refer to an art style as an anime art style, because that's just an art style in and of itself, and it's just been kind of integrated and molded into so many other things.
This is a very Chinese ethnicity based movie. As we've seen Disney has been doing in the past decade, they've been trying to incorporate more ethnicities that they haven't used in the past and reusing and trying to do better with other ethnicities that they used in the past. They did Mulan with Chinese in the past, and then I heard because I haven't seen a live action, that they mucked it up with the live action, and so I guess this is their way of doing better, because I heard it was a better representation of the Chinese North American community, Chinese Canadian community, Chinese heritage ethnicity. Demographic, preteen, teen females, which is shown over the obsession of boy bands. That is not typically a male thing, typically. The reason this movie struck me so hard is because it dealt with the topic of thinking you're not enough, which is something that a lot of teens struggle with. And it's something that I have struggled with all my life, with my parents being who they are, not going into personal life on YouTube. There has always been a pressure behind me personally to do very well academically. And that's why this movie in particular hit me individually quite hard. So that's why I like it very much. But other than that, I completely understand why a movie targeted toward preteen girls would not float your boat very well. I feel like it'd be the same thing if we watched a Barbie movie.
Well, no, in that one, I think Ethan would like that one a lot more.
Maybe.
Probably.
It's not a perfect movie. I did not find it a perfect movie. It's nothing groundbreaking or show-stopping, other than the fact that it personally touched on a topic that I've dealt with. It's nothing phenomenal. The movie itself is, from an unbiased as possible, is like a 6 at best. It's nothing show-stopping. It's a different art style than they've typically made, just different. The story itself is nothing phenomenal. There's nothing groundbreaking about the movie. There's no big climaxes or anything, at least build up that we feel in other movies. And it's just a meh movie.
No, not you.
I loved it. It's just a meh movie.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say, and then I'll let you go, Ethan, is you guys do know what a red panda is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's an animal.
You do know how big they are, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They're relatively small.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the size of what? Like a raccoon?
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember you were complaining about it a couple days ago.
I mean, they are very emotional animals, so I will say the whole based off the emotions thing does work for them, but they're relatively small. I didn't really like seeing like Godzilla
as a red panda.
Exactly. I was like, all right. And how is it that
you expect
they haven't been
just to go
abducted by the government?
Tower, start swatting down planes,
Well, it's not just that. I'm like, so she did this when she was a teenager. How was she not taken in by the government? Because 100% they had to know that a giant 10-story panda was walking through wherever in Canada.
There's a thing when it comes to theater and movies called suspension of disbelief. You just have to throw out the window the concept of reality.
Well, I get that. I get that.
So,
but
what I often
just
tell
thinking.
you, Zach, is you're thinking about this too hard.
Well, yes, and I get that. But it's one of those things of like the government got involved nowhere in this, and I'm just like, you have Godzilla the red panda going through destroying the whole town and nothing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is Canada. Anyway,
Ethan, your turn.
I ain't gonna lie to you. loved the music. The music was very good in
There
that
were-
movie.
I
There were
love the
quite
boy
a-
bands. I love
The boy band music was
It was
lit. I
so
like
good.
that.
The boy band
Loved the
music
boy band
felt
music.
too much of a rip-off of like
Backstreet Boys.
One
Yeah,
Direction.
Yes.
No,
So,
Backstreet
no.
Boys.
it was an early 2000s boy band that looked like a modern boy band
Yeah.
with elements of a mid 2000s boyfriend, like 2000s.
Yeah, but
10s boy band.
Backstreet Boys was in the
They were like 90s.
90s.
Yeah.
I mean-
So like,
So I mean, yeah, no.
I think they would have worked.
Yeah,
I don't think they were trying to be original. I think they were like
it's because
I
that one
think they
song they
hit
were
a
singing
sweet
was like
spot.
identical to like Backstreet Boys.
I think they hit a sweet spot. I thought it was
Probably.
hilarious.
I
mean,
thought they were really
it was kind of
smart
funny,
making it
but I was just
that.
like, dang.
Because it wasn't like they were obviously plagiarizing the Backstreet Boys, but they weren't.
It was just
obviously
very like
plagiarizing
noticeable.
BTS, but they weren't obviously plagiarizing One Direction. It was like a meld that hit just that I thought hit well enough where like it was obviously a joke. So I liked it. I was like, that sounds exactly like Backstreet Boys. So I thought it was good.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard
It
the
sounded
sound,
like Backstreet Boys. They looked like One Direction, and they had the following obsession of BTS in the naming of BTS.
What is the significance of the unlucky number 4 for Chinese history?
That's Japanese, or at least Japan has the unlucky.
Well, because they said the number 4 is unlucky,
So
and you said this was Chinese, so that's why I was.
it is Chinese.
asking.
In Japanese, which Japanese language is based off of the Chinese language, the pronunciation, one of the pronunciations of 4 is the same pronunciation for death. So, and death is very
Okay.
superstitious, negative. So,
Yeah. Okay. So okay.
change-
Well, then
yeah,
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
But you said that was a Japanese stereotype, right?
that's a Japanese superstition. But the Japanese language pull is based off of the Chinese language. Same characters, a lot of the pronunciations are very similar. So it could be a crossover, like a superstition they
I mean,
carried
yeah,
over
it could
from
have
China.
been. I just wanted to ask because I didn't know about it.
I don't know specifically. I can look it up, but I don't know specifically. I know it's bad in Japanese. I know that they share language roots.
I thought the animation was a little weird especially for Pixar.
It's the exact same. It sounds like the word for death.
Oh, is it? Okay. Okay. Well, then that makes sense why they were just like, oh, the number 4,
Oh, you're
just
back
a
on
terrible number. Yes,
I tried moving on. My bad.
you did. He was googling something for me, Payson.
Yeah,
know.
Payson.
I shouldn't mess with the villain from Kingsman. Was it just me or did the animation seem a little off for Pixar? Because it seemed like stuff kind of animation that DreamWorks could have done, or didn't seem like the Pixar animation feel.
Too kind of I don't want to say bubbly, but
But you get what I'm saying. It wasn't.
yeah. Yes. And what did you say, Andrew?
I said teenage girls.
Yes, I know. I know.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
know
just
you love the
saying.
movie.
I'm just saying, I don't want to say the word bubbly to describe the animation, but that's the first word that comes to mind.
It was very
The animation.
childish.
Oh, Ethan, why didn't you love this movie?
Which, baffles me because they're supposed to mature faster than boys.
I mean, that was kind of shown
Mentally.
with like their bully, but like they're 13.
I did enjoy their hair color turning red after they became the red panda.
Red Panda.
Yeah. No, I did
So-
enjoy the red hair. For their culture, that's more of a rarity, all in all. So, I mean, nonetheless, I think it was cool that it was like that. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
The one thing I did also think that was good was I thought the dad was good. I just thought he was underused. But that's just me personally.
I mean, it wasn't a
I-
bad thing, but yeah, like
It
the
was
one scene I saw of him made me wish I saw more interactions with him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The dude tried, but there was that one scene when he's like, "Oh yeah, you can go to this concert, blah blah blah," and then her mom gets mad, and the dad goes to say something, and she just puts up her hand, and he just sits there quietly, and I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
all right."
That's the part where I did laugh because I was like, yeah, I could see my mom and dad doing that.
The scene where she first turned and she was in the bathroom, that had to be the funniest scene in the movie. And the husband just
Yeah, he backs out. That was a funny bit. when the when the
He just
when the
like
dude
runs
backed out.
away.
That was a funny bit.
It's
He
too
runs
early.
away from it.
I did wish we got to see more of the dad. He was definitely the Kronk of this movie,
He was,
even though we
yeah.
only see him a few times.
Another funny moment is when like he's when she told him not to eat off of his daughter's plate, and then the mom goes and calls to the daughter, and he's slowly eating off of her plate. I thought that was funny too.
I thought it was because it had sugar. And
I don't know what it was. I just thought that bit was funny. Yeah, it probably was sugar, but whatever.
There's not much else to analyze this movie. I
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
a decently faithful depiction of the Chinese ethnic community, as far as I know. I laughed at a good amount of the jokes. I took the serious moments at the end seriously. Some details I thought were nice touches. I thought it was very funny. The crush on the gas station worker, that was a good bit. Not a phenomenal movie. As far as actual movie storytelling goes, not a phenomenal movie. A 6 at best. I just enjoyed it. I had a lot of grape juice while watching it, but I just enjoyed it. I've been on a grape.
As
I've
you
been
go
on a-
on with the grape juice thing, it feels like just like the meaning for something else completely. I've
Andrew,
just had a lot of grape juice.
I've been on a
Andrew-
grape juice kick since Paris.
Andrew, I
Oh,
gotta
okay.
tell you this. I gotta tell you something. We have not been recording. This is actually an intervention.
I just finished the second bottle of grape
That-
juice.
That
for the
was
week.
good. That was good. Congratulations.
You
Congratulations.
see
Well
the thing in
done.
the top left where it says recording? Yeah, it's not actually recording.
It is recording. It's just for my caseworker.
This is going down in your files.
This is gonna be used for blackmail to make sure you go to AA.
If we're going by glasses, this is 4.
Out of today or just this evening?
Probably this hour that we've been recording.
All of the above.
Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Galactic Reviews. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did making it for you. So tune in next week as we review the movie Dog. And that's all we have for today because I don't remember what I was going to say. Goodbye.